This Atlantic Broadband Channel 10 sports presentation is brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust, helping communities prosper and our youth succeed for over 100 years. With you every step of the way, First Columbia Bank and Trust with 14 branches to serve you. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization whose mission is quality of life in the Central Susquehanna Valley and achieving donors' intentions. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty Incorporated, serving Columbia, Montour, and Lower Luzerne counties and featuring award-winning agents ready to help you buy or sell your property. The 164th Annual Williamsport Fair. Gates open at 2 p.m. Preview Day, Friday, September 20th, and all tickets for the Wise Markets Grandstand shows are now available at bloomsburgfair.com. And by Atlantic Broadband, your television, internet, and phone provider for the greater Berwick, western Poconos, and portions of Schuylkill County. Stay connected with Atlantic Broadband. Welcome to Atlantic Broadband Channel 10's coverage of high school football. This matchup should be a real good one, a battle of 2-0 teams. It's Williamsport at the Berwick area Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are going to kick off first, so we will take a look at their roster first tonight. Here's a look at the 2019 Berwick Bulldogs. 2-0 as they come into this game. A very, very good ball team. Great on defense. The quarterback is number 10, Ryan Lawbaugh. And again, a good, solid team right there. And here is the rest of the Berwick Bulldogs. And a first-year Berwick football coach in the guise of Carmen DiFrancesco. And our thanks to Bo Orlando for helping us out to get this information to you today. We'll get to the Williamsport roster in a few moments, but the teams are on the field. They're about ready to get underway. This is the first home game of the season for the Berwick Bulldogs, and we are here with Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. Kicking off is number 42, Eric Montez. And we're about to get underway in Berwick. Beautiful Friday night. Fans are into it already. And the opening kickoff is taken by Keith Freeman past the 30-yard line.
Number 27 is Megan on the tackle for the Bulldogs. First and 10 for the Millionaires from their 36.
Gary Kreischer is the field announcer. Between him and I, you'll find out all the action going on. Brought down number 27, Evan Megan. And you saw right there Mason Lawbaugh jump. So encroachment right off the bat, first series. That'll give us a moment to take a look at the Williamsport Millionaires roster.
First and 5.
Dallas Grease, number 1, is your starting quarterback for this team. Talented team, lots of great offense and great defense as well. They are also 2-0 coming into this game. We'll finish this up in a minute. Grease is back to take the snap in the shotgun. Looking to throw, goes across the middle, and it is over the head of its intended target. Number 17, Wilk, right there, trying to get into it as well. The rest of the Williamsport Millionaires football team, head coach is Chuck Cruz. And our thanks to Sean McCann for the information.
Second and 5.
Again, a pretty solid team. They are 2-0 coming into this game. Defense is tough, and offense, when it gets going, is quite excellent. This time they hand it off, and the defense for Berwick is all over that one. Hand off to Keith Freeman. Ball was at the 41-yard line, back up about 3 yards, so now it's at the
on the tackle, leading the Bulldogs, number 55.
38-yard line, 38 and a half, if you will. Freeman takes the snap and is swallowed up by the defense. 3rd and 7 now for the Williamsport Millionaires. We're just underway if you're joining us. Grease is back to throw, goes across the middle. And it is intended to hit Edward Jefferson, but there's a couple of Bulldogs right there with him. And it'll be 4th and long, so the Millionaires will have to punt this one away.
From Williamsport, 39-yard line.
Excellent crowd on hand for this home opener for the Berwick Bulldogs. Again, weather-wise, you can't ask for a better night, even though that Hurricane Dorian has been making its way up the coast. We're not supposed to be impacted by that at all. Dallas Grease is the punter and the quarterback, and he sends that one long, and it takes a Williamsport hop. This one goes past the 15, down to the 10, and it will be down at about the 7.5-yard line, and that's where the Berwick Bulldogs will have to get to work. Again, another look at the Berwick area Bulldogs roster, because we kind of rushed through that. Tegan Wilk, number 7, great receiver. You got Blaine Cleaver in there, number 9. Aiden Mason, number 16, good running back, expected to get some work tonight. Here come the Berwick area Bulldogs, and again the rest of the Berwick Bulldogs. 2-0 to start the season. Very strong defense, and they've got a motivated offense as well. The running game should be a factor here tonight. Ryan Lawbaugh, the quarterback, he hands it off. And about a 2-yard gain.
Handoff to Aiden Mason, left side.
Aiden Mason gets the call on the first carry of the game for Berwick.
Pickup of 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 from the Berwick 10-yard line.
He will make his way all the way up to about the 10-yard line. So it's 2nd and 8 now. Lawbaugh will keep it himself. Out over the 15 and gets bulldozed by Dallas Grease. But he does make it out to the 19-yard line. That'll be enough for a Berwick first down.
9 yards on the carry. First down.
Well-designed play. Sean Sheptuck in motion, and Lawbaugh just tucks it back in, takes off, finds some running room. Dallas Grease right here also playing defense. Taking him down. 1st and 10. This one they hand off. Short gain on the play.
Right side carry off the
Aiden Mason getting the carry on that.
Go for a tackle by Blake Nancy. Number 8, Drake Nancy. Pick up
so far, Berwick keeping the ball on the ground. Testing the Williamsport defense. It's a 2nd and 7. Lawbaugh takes the snap. Will keep it himself again. Takes off over the 30. Bulldozes over Grease that time. Winds up at the 35-yard line. That'll be another Berwick area first down.
Lawbaugh on the fake jet sweep, keeper left side.
So the defense of Williamsport, as we said, being tested very early in this game. A fake to Tegan Wilk. And Ryan Lawbaugh keeps it himself, needing 7. He gets a whole lot more, all over the 30. Stiff arms Dallas Grease and winds up at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Berwick area Bulldogs. 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And again, Lawbaugh will keep it, turns it up. And gets put down, a little extra push at the end by Keith Freeman, and that's going to draw a personal foul out at the 40-yard line, so a 5-yard gain. And that'll most likely be a bigger one now. And it is personal foul. Ryan Lawbaugh takes the snap, picks the handoff to Aiden Mason. Lawbaugh heads upfield, turns in,
44.
Gets about 5 yards, being slammed to the ground, but at the very end, that little push to the head cost Williamsport. Keith Freeman. Both teams a little fired up. Ball is now at the 44-yard line of Williamsport, and it's 1st and 10 for Berwick. Lawbaugh with the snap. He does hand it off this time to Drayton Wilk, who gets a couple of yards.
Blake Maurer on the Berwick.
Out to the 44.5-yard line, 43.5.
will bring up second down and 9 at the Williamsport 43.
Drayton Wilk turns it up. Winds up with maybe a yard on the play. It'll be second and 9 for Berwick. First quarter action. Berwick's first home game of the season. Both of these teams are 2-0. Back to throw. Across the middle. And it's bounced up and out of play. And that could have been a catastrophe had that ball stayed up in the air a little bit longer. Ryan Lawball back to throw on this one, looking for Tegan Wilk. Hard shot, and it goes off the fingertips of Williamsport. I believe that was Santino White. So a good defensive effort by Williamsport right there. 3rd and 4. And a drop, and they're going to say incomplete pass, but a hard hit
Pass is incomplete
by number 33, Edward Jefferson, on Aiden Mason, and that'll bring up a 4th and long. So Berwick, despite a good drive and the penalty, will have to punt this one away.
4th down for the Bulldogs.
Little screen. Mason has it, and it is hit hard by Jefferson, and the ball comes out. Didn't have it long enough to be a complete pass. 4th and 9. Back to punt. Sean Sheptock sends this one back. Takes a Williamsport bounce. And now it rolls backwards to about the 3.5-yard line. And that is where number 65, Jake Lanning, will down it, and that's where Berwick will get to work. Hey, if you're looking for a DVD of this game, we make them available. They're $25 each. Send us an email at dfarley@atlanticbb.com, dfarley@atlanticbb.com, or you can go to our Facebook page, Atlantic Broadband Facebook, and you'll find today's information and an order form there that you can print out and send in as well. Williamsport now getting back to work. Quick handoff. Ball at the 4-yard line, so about a 1-yard gain.
Handoff to Keith Freeman.
Keith Freeman, the carrier on that.
Gain of 2 on the play, Mason Lawball.
Short gain, it'll bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Millionaires out of Williamsport.
2nd and 8 from the 6.
Dallas Grease back to take the snap. And 5 or 6 Bulldogs jumping in on that end of the tackle, putting a stop to any forward progress. Might have squeezed out a yard on that. We'll see what where the placement is. Dallas Grease takes the snap. Back in to take the handoff is Keith Freeman. And nothing doing. 3rd and 8. Dallas Grease takes the snap, hands this one off to number 8, Drake Mankey, who gets over the 10-yard line, but it's not going to be enough for a first down, and Williamsport will have to punt this one as well. So 2 series and 2 punts for Williamsport. Dallas Grease with a handoff to Drake Mankey, works outside, gets stopped at about the 11-yard line. Anthony Sisko in on that tackle. High snap, punt is away, gets out by midfield, again takes a Williamsport hop over midfield, and they'll down that at the 49-yard line of Berwick.
Ball comes out to midfield where it's down.
And that's where the Berwick Bulldogs will take over. Good field position. Their first drive of the game ended with a punt, despite the fact that they had a good drive and there was a personal foul that put them into Williamsport territory. They were not able to capitalize on that. So they'll regroup. Williamsport's had 2 series of downs, had to punt out of both of those. And we have no score. Here come the Berwick Bulldogs to begin their second series of the game.
First and 10 for Berwick from the 50-yard line.
Upper 70s, maybe 80 degrees. Temperature-wise at the start of the game, but the sun is beginning to go down. So it's going to cool off tonight. Ryan Lawbaugh takes the snap. He will hand this one off. And Aiden Mason is met in the background and taken down by number 11, Nasir Jones. And that is for a 3-yard loss. That should bring up a second and 14 for the Bulldogs. Lawbaugh here takes the snap. Quick handoff to Aiden Mason. But he is met by a couple of Millionaires and taken down by Nasir Jones. Also in on that one. First to reach him was Legier Whaley. Second and 14 now. Lawbaugh takes the snap, back to throw. Looking, screen, and he gets it to Blake Maurer. Maurer is off and running. And a great save on a short touchdown by Cameron Sims, number 10. He chases Blake Maurer down at the 19-yard line. 34-yard play for the Bulldogs.
31 yards on the short screen. First and 10, Berwick.
First and 10 at the Williamsport 19-yard line. A handoff to Eric Montez. He's going to get maybe a yard before he's taken down. Let's go back to the previous play. A little screen here to Blake Maurer. He connects on that. Avoids a tackle or two. Then he's got some room to run. Burst of speed. Well, watch the speed of Cameron Sims, number 10 of Williamsport, and he will take him down by the shoulders, but not before at least a 30-plus yard gain. Second and 8 now for Berwick. Ryan Lawbaugh under center, takes the snap. He'll hand this one off to Tegan Wilk. And Wilk is brought down by the helmet. No flag.
Tegan Wilk on the second down carry.
Ball is placed at the 15-yard line. So a sizable gain.
Gain of 2 on the play to the 15.
Tegan Wilk coming through. You can see him right there. He's got him by the helmet. So Williamsport may have gotten away with one on that. Here is Ryan Lawbaugh. Pitching it out to Maurer. Maurer is going to be met by a couple of Millionaires and taken down by number 3, Malik Jones. And that'll be a 4th and 5, so that will end
big tackle by number 3.
this particular series. We'll see if they go for a field goal. Little pitch out to Maurer, but Williamsport read that one all the way.
At the 21.
Malik Jones finally bringing him down for a loss. 4th and 11. Ball is placed at the 21-yard line, and Berwick is going to go for it. Eric Montez in the back. It's going to be a turnaround throw, going for it all, and that one is just a little bit too far out in front of Tegan Wilk, and Berwick will turn the ball over on downs. Williamsport will get the ball at the 21-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh fakes the pitch out to Tegan Wilk, rolls out to his left, turns around, lets it fly towards the end zone. Berwick going for it all right here, and Tegan Wilk is trying to get to it. It's just a little bit out of reach. It's Williamsport's ball, 2:16 to play in the first quarter. Back to take the snap is Dallas Grease for Williamsport. He fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, little toss, and it is caught by number 12, Braden Masante. Ball's placed at the 30-yard line. About a yard shy of the first down.
Second down and 1.
This time they hand it off. And it would appear Drake Mankey actually slipped before he hit the line, so he's down.
And off to Freeman.
Previous play by Williamsport. Dallas Grease right here. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Gets the pass away. And it is a diving catch. A great catch right there by Braden Masante. 3rd and 3 for Williamsport. If they can get through on this one, it'll be their first down of the game. Tripped up.
Handoff to Ed Jefferson.
And they'll be short.
Tackled at the line of scrimmage by Eric Montez and Mason Laba.
Punting team coming out. Grease. And a handoff.
We'll bring up a 4th and 2 from the 29.
Tripped up there by number 9, Blaine Cleaver. Dallas Grease back to punt. 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Kick is away. Fair catch called for at the 35-yard line. Brought in by Antonio Barada. And that is where Berwick will take over with 25 seconds to go.
Fair caught by the Bulldogs at their 35-yard line. 25 seconds remaining for a quarter. Bulldogs possession.
Socialist said an excellent crowd on hand for this game tonight. Adults and a student body as well. Under the Friday night lights in Berwick. Here come the Dogs. Ryan Lawbaugh at quarterback. Motion and a handoff to Antonio. And a complete surprise, a double reverse. Tegan Wilk is off to the races, and he is in for a Berwick touchdown.
Tegan Wilk on the double reverse save.
Tegan Wilk on a 65-yard run with 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. Takes it 65 yards to the house. It was such a good play, completely fooled our cameras as well. Extra point.
Brandon Hinkle on for the point after attempt.
Brendan Hinkle. Kick is up, and it is good. Here is the play. It was initially handed off there to number 84, Antonio Barada, but then handed off to Tegan Wilk, who takes off around the right side of the offense and scrambles 65 yards for the first touchdown of the game and the first touchdown of the season here at home for the Berwick area Bulldogs. They now lead by a score of 7-0. We will come back with the ensuing kickoff after this. 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Back again. Berwick just scored. They lead 7-0, and they're about to kick back off. Take it back at the 3-yard line. Coming back with it is number 25, Keith Freeman, and he is off to the races himself, right back in us, and he steps out of bounds back there just after the midway point. Freeman wants a call. Not going to get it.
Kickoff return by Keith Freeman from his 10-yard line all the way to the Berwick 40.
Okay, takes it back at the 3-yard line. Starts up the right side of the field, then cuts to the left. Looking for some running room.
Return
Dodges a tackle right there.
First and 10.
Makes his way out 44. To the outside over the 40. 45, the 50. And then finally taken out at the 44-yard line. And the defense on that one all over it.
Freeman on the carry is next at midfield for a 5-yard loss by the Berwick defense. First quarter, top 10, Berwick 7, Williamsport nothing.
Nice job here by Dallas Grease. Pitch out to Keith Freeman, but even better job by the defense of Berwick. Blaine Cleaver got there first, and a whole bunch of Bulldogs came in to join in the fun. We have the end of the first quarter. Berwick leading by a score of 7-0. Back with the second quarter after this. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
Get ready for the 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big-time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
All right, we have the end of the first quarter. Berwick out in front. This one on a well-designed play. Here's that touchdown again. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. It is a handoff to Antonio Sabata, then a reverse to Tegan Wilk. And Tegan Wilk completely fools our cameras and takes off up the field and makes his way 65 yards for the first and so far only touchdown of the game. Berwick with the extra point, now ahead 7-0. Second quarter action about to get underway. Dallas Grease, Williamsport with the ball. Grease is the quarterback. Back to throw. Quick one. And that's going to be pass interference. Tegan Wilk maybe jumping the gun a little bit on Braden Basante.
Will be pass interference called against the Bulldogs.
Again, Dallas Green's setting up the screen pass to Braden Masante right here. And Dallas Green, you can see, got there way before the ball did. Flag comes out immediately. It's pass interference. That'll put the ball at the 35-yard line, still about a half a yard shy of a first down.
Second and 1.
For Williamsport, so they got a chance, Williamsport does, to get back into this game. Dallas Grease, quarterback for the Millionaires, back to throw. Going for it all on this one, going deep, and well guarded. Tried to get the pass to Cameron Sims, but Mason Lawbaw's there, and I believe Tegan Wilk as well. We'll take another look at that.
Pass deep into the end zone on the second down and short play.
Dallas Grease right here, rolling out, giving his receiver, number 10, Cameron Sims, time. And it's Tegan Wilk and number 4, Sean Sheptock. Defending 3rd and 1 now. Williamsport just needs a yard here to keep the ball going, and they get that one. Good run right there by number 32, Ian Welshins.
Carried by number
Needed a yard.
Ian Welshins picks up the first down.
Wound up getting probably 2, enough for a first down. So Dallas's drive will continue here in the early in the second quarter.
31.
Ball's placed at the 31-yard line. And here come the Millionaires again. Under center, Dallas Grease. Keeps it himself. Pitches it out to Cameron Sims, who takes off and is buried out there about 24-yard line by Tegan Wilk.
Sims on the carry for Williamsport. Picks up
Sean Sheptock also there, but a good run.
By Berwick, Tegan Wilk. Gain of 7 on the play.
Grease with a fake and a handoff to Cameron Sims. He goes over the line of scrimmage. We're getting popped right there by Tegan Wilk at the 25-yard line. Be a 2nd and 3. Handoff to Drake Mankey. Gets out close to the first down marker. And it is a first down for the Williamsport Millionaires. Mankey gets the handoff. Needed 3 and got a little bit more than that. A whole bunch of Berwick's Bulldogs coming in on the end of that tackle. 1st and 10. Ball is at the Berwick 18-yard line. Williamsport threatening here in the second quarter. Dallas Grease takes the snap. Hands it off quickly. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Drake Mankey not getting a whole lot on that one. Might have got a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up now for the Williamsport Millionaires. They brought a nice coalition of fans to Berwick from Williamsport for this game tonight. Dallas Grease in quarterback, 2 backs, back to throw, quick screen, and they go for the outside there. Try to get it to Braden Masante. Well guarded by Sean Sheptock. Goes incomplete.
Incomplete into the corner of the end zone. Penalty flag on the play.
And there's an illegal procedure called against Williamsport, so it'll come back. Grease trying to get it over there to Braden Masante. Just a little out of reach. And you got the illegal procedure call as well. And that'll back him up 2nd and 9.
Illegal procedure on the play by Williamsport. Berwick accepts.
They're going to place the ball back at the 21-yard or 22-yard line. So it's now 2nd and 14 for Williamsport. 9:40 to go here in the first half. Berwick out in front 7-0. Dallas Grease at quarterback for the Millionaires. Again to throw. Screen. Caught. And trying to tiptoe the sideline there is Edward Jefferson. Not able to get a whole lot back on that one. We'll bring up a 3rd and long for Williamsport. The idea was there. Which also had Blaine Cleaver right there to defend.
From the 24.
Actually lost a yard or 2 on that. 3rd down and long for the Millionaires coming up. 9:38 left to go here in the first half. Dallas Grease takes the snap, looking to throw, goes across the middle, hits his target, down to the 15-yard line, blocked down there by Blaine Cleaver. Catch made by Nasir Jones. And that's going to be short of the first down.
Tackled immediately by Blake Cleaver at the Berwick 15.
Grease back to throw. Plenty of time. Nasir Jones speeds out to the 15-yard line, but wrapped up there by Blaine Cleaver. It'll be a 4th and 7.
Field goal attempt
Field goal coming up for Tariq Cobb.
From the 22-yard line.
Kick is up, low, but it is over and through the uprights, and it is a 7-3 ball game.
The kick is up.
Williamsport gets their first score of the game. Great kick, again by Tariq Cobb.
32-yard field goal.
Holder is Dallas Grease. We'll take a break. It's Williamsport at Berwick. The score: Berwick 7, Williamsport 3.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Get ready for the 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure eight racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
That is not that far away, the Williamsport Fair. Good lineup of entertainment. Of course, the great food and everything else they got going on there. And maybe a few surprises in store for you. Hope you get a chance to join us at the Williamsport Fair for 2019. Williamsport on a field goal, getting into the game. Score is now Berwick 7 and Williamsport 3. And here comes the kickoff. It will be Tariq Cobb kicking it off to Berwick. There is the kick. Goes back. And they'll take it at the 3-yard line. Tegan Wilk avoiding tackles. Getting caught from behind, though. Finally brought down at the 20-yard line.
Tegan Wilk on the kickoff return.
So about a
kickoff return out to the 20-yard line.
18-yard line. Tegan Will coming back. Takes a turn to his left. Avoids a tackle, and he is caught there by Malik Jones and brought down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Berwick. And it's quarterback keeper. And a great run by Ryan Lawbaugh. Fine second effort after getting met at the 25-yard line. He's able to move it another 4 yards, so it'll become 2nd and 1 for the Berwick area Bulldogs.
2nd and 1 from the 29.
Lawbaugh finds a gap. Does a good move and gets away from Stavon Jefferson for finally being brought down at the 29-yard line. Got a player with his shoe untied, so we'll remind you that DVDs of this game are available. D. Farley at AtlanticBB.com. Or you can also check out our Atlantic Broadband Facebook page. You'll find today's game information and an order form as well. 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Aiden Mason breaking through, taking off down the sidelines, gets tripped up. I believe that was Malik Jones who got a hand on his foot, tripped him up, but he was off to the races at that point, all the way down to the 40-yard line. So another big run by the Bulldogs. Aiden Mason right here, back at the 29-yard line. He's going to go 31 yards. And right there, it was actually number 23, Legier Whaley, who tripped him up. Mason with another handoff. More room to run. Ball comes out. Williamsport may have the ball.
On the carry, Berwick.
And they signal they do. Stavon Jefferson, number 20, picking it up after Aiden Mason is hit hard, driving down the sidelines.
Recovery by Stavon Jefferson for the Millionaires. They take over at their 20-yard line. First 6-10.
And now it will be Williamsport, hopefully taking advantage of the mistake. We'll get the replay on that in just a moment. First and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Dallas Grace from Williamsport, low snap, and he has to just kind of sit down on that. So we'll back up to how they got the ball back. It's a good run right here by Aiden Mason, working his way around, has the ball stripped by Malik Jones, and the number 20, Stavon Jefferson, picks the ball up before going out of bounds, and the referee signals it is Williamsport's ball. Second and 14 now for Williamsport. Nobody there, and swallowed up for a big loss. Dallas Schecterly flying in there. Grease actually turned around to hand it off to somebody. There was nobody there to hand it to, it looked like. And by then, it was Dallas Schecterly flying in from the line to take him down for a big loss. So maybe a little miscue. Nobody there, and Schecterly is all over that one. Down at the 5-yard line. They're going to say they'll stop him at the 7. And they'll hand this one off and get to about the 10-yard line. And Keith Freeman. So a fumble and recovery by Williamsport.
Short gain to the 10-yard line.
Ends up with nothing for Williamsport. They're going to have to punt this one away.
4th and 20 for the Millionaires.
And again, back to that previous play. It was already 2nd and 14. You can see Grease turns around. Nobody's there to take the handoff. And Dallas Schecterly is right there to take him down. Next play, they are stopped, and it will be Dallas Grease with the punt. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Coach Carmen DeFrancesco right there steps on the line where it should be. And the referees actually give Berwick an extra yard or two. They'll place the ball at the 34-yard line. The glasses and the headset right there. In the blue and white shirt, that is head coach DeFrancesco. And the offensive line comes back out for Berwick. Berwick in fine field position. They lost it from about this spot in their previous series on a fumble, but now they get the ball back in just about the same spot. We'll see if they can capitalize with 5:34 to go in the half. And Williamsport calls a timeout, so we'll take a timeout and give you a chance to check out a few words from our sponsors. Thanks for watching. You are watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
All right, welcome back. Timeout by Williamsport. Berwick gets the ball back after a punt. First and 10 from the 34-yard line of Williamsport. Little screen out to Tegan Wilk. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Ball may have come out there at the end, but it's Preston Robbins coming up with the ball. It'll be a 2nd and 9, so they did gain a yard on the play.
For a short gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9 from the 33.
Berwick in the lead 7-3, scoring with 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ryan Lawbaugh keeps it himself, looks upfield, follows his blockers, and gets a sizable lead, but takes a shot at the end of that play, and he may be injured. Maybe a timeout here.
Goes left, and is tackled and is injured on the play.
So they fake the handoff to Alejandro Lopez. Ryan Lawbaugh keeps it himself. He gets out near first down territory at the very end. He's laying there and looks like he got in the back. But we've got an injury timeout on the field. Just part of the dangers of football. Little shot to try and get him down. Edward Jefferson there in on the tackle. And there's a look at some of the fans here at this ball game tonight. Again, we've got an injury timeout. Ryan Lawbaugh, quarterback for Berwick, is down at the moment. And we will take a break. Come back with more of this. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
Office hours aren't always 9 to 5, or even in the office. So how do you stay connected when you're on the go? With cloud-based hosted voice from Atlantic Broadband Business, offering cost-effective, enterprise-class calling features to keep you connected, whether you're in the office, on the road, or across the world. That's hosted voice from Atlantic Broadband Business. Partnership at work. Call us today or visit atlanticbb.com/business to schedule a free consultation.
All right, welcome back. Blaine Cleaver now in at quarterback for Berwick as Ryan Lawbaugh was able to come off the field under his own power, but with a little support. Cleaver hands it off to Alejandro Lopez, who with a 3rd and 2 gets the first down.
Lopez, number 21, and he has a Berwick first down. 1st and 10 at the Williamsport 26.
Blaine Cleaver in at quarterback, a role he has had in the past. Hand off to Alejandro Lopez. Gets some good yardage. 1st and 10 from the Williamsport 22-yard line. Lopez again brought down after about a 3-yard gain.
21 on the carry.
So Berwick keeping the ball on the ground
2nd and 6.
after Ryan Lawbaugh, starting quarterback, gets injured, letting Alejandro Lopez get some action. 2nd and 6 for Berwick. Lopez again muscles the way up for a couple of more yards.
Lopez off the
So
left
Berwick
side of the formation on the
using the
carry.
ground, earning the yards that they get here at this point. Cleaver to Lopez.
3rd and 4.
Gets a couple of yards on the play. Whole bunch of Williamsport Millionaires there to take him down. Clock continuing to run. Blaine Cleaver. He will take the snap. And again, a handoff to Alejandro Lopez. Lopez breaks free, and he's off. Got the first down and more. Still on his feet, and he dives in for a touchdown. Berwick goes ahead in this game 13-6 on an incredible 16-yard run by Alejandro Lopez.
Goes in for a goal touchdown. 16 yards for Lopez.
Cleaver from the 16-yard line. Hand off to Lopez, who goes to his right, cuts back to his left, finds a gap right there through the line, and then is able to somehow avoid a tackle by a couple of Millionaires, and then dives at the very last second for the touchdown. Berwick goes up 13-6. Here is the extra point attempt by Braden Hinkle. It is up, and it is good. And Berwick leads in this one by a score of 14-3 on a fantastic 16-yard run by Alejandro Lopez, who somehow manages to stay on his feet, square his shoulders, and dive in for the touchdown to make it a 14-3 game. We'll be back with more high school football. Williamsport at Berwick. Right after this, you're watching it on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Get ready for the 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Back again. An exciting moment ago as Alejandro Lopez scurries 16 yards for the latest Berwick touchdown. They now lead 14-3. And here is Eric Montez to kick the ball off. The ensuing kickoff. Williamsport is going to have to fall on that one.
Onside kick by the Bulldogs.
Goes to Drake Mankey. So a short kick on purpose, maybe trying to get an onside kick there. Ball winds up at the 42-yard line of Williamsport, and that's where the Millionaires will get to action, try to get themselves back in this game, down 14-3 after this 16-yard run by Alejandro Lopez, who somehow manages to avoid a whole bunch of tackles, square his shoulders, stay on his feet, and then at the last moment dive for the Berwick touchdown. 2:52 to go in the first half. Dallas Grease back at quarterback for Williamsport. Rolling out to his left, looking to throw. He has to get rid of it and tosses it over near the crowd.
Pass by Grease downfield.
Intended target there was Brock Moyer, it looks like.
Stops the clock. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining.
Remembering When, which is a great locally produced show here by Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. Its classic episodes are now airing on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10 twice daily, unless there's a game or something on that night. But most times you can catch it during the day. Set your timer on your TiVo from Atlantic Broadband and enjoy Remembering When. It's a show all about the way life used to be. Dallas Grease throwing across the middle, makes a connection out the 49-yard line, caught by Nasir Jones. That'll keep the clock running. 2:35 to go here in the half. In Dallas Grease, lots of time across the middle.
3rd and 3.
3 yards yet to go for the first down. 3rd and 3 for Williamsport. They show 3 wide receivers. Grease under center. And he will hand this one off, and nothing doing. The Berwick Bulldogs defense steps up and stops Keith Freeman from getting anywhere. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 4th and 3. We're at midfield, so now a decision. Do you go for it? Or do you punt this one away? And the punt team may be coming onto the field. Keith Freeman, met at the line of scrimmage by a number of Bulldogs, has managed to dive forward before going down at that line of scrimmage. 4th and 4. And we have got Dallas Grease back to punt. 1:30 to go here in the half. Everybody's on field. And now a timeout is called by Williamsport as they were apparently not quite ready. We'll take a break. 1:26 to go in the first half. Berwick leads 14-3 over Williamsport.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more.
Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Williamsport calling a timeout, facing a 4th and 4 late in the first half, down 14-3, and they're back in punt formation, but they did call a timeout, so the thought that there may be a trick play in the works is in people's minds. We'll see. Looking to punt, and they are going to throw it. Going deep, and Tegan Wilk just misses that one, nearly intercepted. So they try to go long with it, fool everybody. It's a fake punt. They toss it instead. And now Berwick will take over at the Williamsport 49-yard line. Facing a 4th and 4, Dallas Grease, who's also the punter for the team,
on the fake punt long pass,
launches this one.
And the Bulldogs will take over.
And
midfield at the
can't quite get it to his receiver, and also number 7, Tegan Wilk, unable to pull that one in.
First and 10 for Berwick.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Berwick. 1:20 to play here in the first half. The ball is at the Williamsport 49-yard line. Berwick in front, 14-3. One score in the first quarter and one in the second. Blaine Cleaver still quarterbacking, and he hits number 84, Antonio Beretta, for a gain of about 7 yards.
Pass from Cleaver is completed to number 84, Antonio Beretta. 7, 2nd and 3.
Goes out of bounds. Stopping the clock, Blaine Cleaver with a short pass to Beretta. Missed tackle. He makes his way forward before finally being pushed out of bounds. And the ball is now at the 42-yard line. 2nd and 3 for the Berwick area Bulldogs. Cleaver again with the screen. And Alejandro Lopez looking for some room to run, and he does. Gets out to about the 39 line. They'll place it at the 40.
Completed to Andre Lopez.
So a screen. Blaine Cleaver
2-yard gain
to Alejandro Lopez.
Berwick calls timeout there first.
Number 11, Nasir Jones, just misses that one. And then Lopez cuts back inside and is stopped at the 40-yard line. So it's a 3rd and 1. And again, a timeout on the field with 52 seconds to go here in the first half. Berwick leads Williamsport 14-3. You're watching football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
While your oven is preheating, crack 2 eggs and whisk them into your bowl of flour, baking powder, and salt. In a separate bowl, use an electric mixer to whip your butter, shortening,
I'm making a unicorn cake!
Go ahead and add just a
How
dash
magical!
of vanilla to bring some rich, yummy flavor to our...
That's a good mom. That's the way you should handle those situations when you walk into a kitchen and a child is making something and stuff is everywhere. You walk in and go, okay, that's magical.
3rd and a short one for the Bulldogs.
The point is you can get that stuff at your fingertips now with internet from Atlantic Broadband. Cleaver back to throw. Under pressure, he's going to have to let it fly. Tries to get it over there. Sean Sheptock goes out of bounds. It'll stop the clock with 49.9 seconds left here in the first half. Berwick facing a 4th and 1 situation.
Pressure from number 11, Nasir Jones. 4th and 1.
Fourth and 1, Berwick going to go for it. Cleaver keeps it himself. He's got the first down and a little extra. Finally brought down there by number 7, Akeem Cohen Connolly.
The ball goes left side and picks up a Berwick first down.
First down for Berwick. Ball's at the 35-yard line.
First and 10, Berwick.
Clock continuing to run. Cleaver keeps it himself. Got some running room. Finally brought down at about the 33-yard line by number 33, Edward Jefferson.
Tackled by number 33, Edward Jefferson.
They'll stop the clock. Berwick just trying to run the clock out here
for the Bulldogs, their second.
in the second half. Fake right there to Blake Bauer. Blaine Cleaver in for the injured Ryan Lawbaugh. There's a look at the Berwick coaching staff. Talk to the players, a little timeout on the field. So we'll remind you again that we do offer DVDs of all of our games, whether it's football or boys or girls soccer, field hockey, even baseball, softball from last spring, and basketball from last winter. We keep all that stuff archived, and it's available for you to purchase, $25 each. Email us at dfarley@atlanticbb.com, and we'll send you out an order form. Or you can also go to our Facebook page, Atlantic Broadband on Facebook. Find today's game information and the order form printed out. A delayed screen pass. Trying to get that one to Dallas Schechterly. Falls incomplete. Stops the clock with 21.9 seconds to go. Some conversation with the referees. Could be a penalty. And it's a push on Berwick. So now instead of a 2nd and 8, they're going to be pushed back even further. Number 10, Ryan Lawbaugh, just coming back into the game. He got a shot in the back on a carry halfway through the second quarter and has been out since. Blaine Cleaver came in relief. But apparently Lawbaugh is feeling better and back in the game, and he will try to finish up the half. Ryan Cleaver back at quarterback. Back to throw. Under pressure. He loses the ball. Ball is free. Struggle for the ball. And Williamsport comes up with it again. Number 20, Stavon Jefferson, his second fumble recovery of the game.
At the Berwick 49.
Not a lot of time left on the clock, but Williamsport with an opportunity right here as Ryan Lawbaugh comes back into the game. Takes the snap. Fakes like he's going back to throw. Tucks it back in. And as he goes to take off, the ball comes out. And it is Stavon Jefferson getting to it first. Williamsport ball.
First and 10 for Williamsport.
Grease is going to get caught. Eric Montez with the tackle. And that will be the end of the first half with the score, Berwick 14, Williamsport 3. We will come back with the first half highlights, and we'll take a listen to both the Berwick High School and the Williamsport High School marching bands. That's all coming up at halftime right here on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Get ready for the 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure eight racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
While your oven is preheating, crack 2 eggs and whisk them into your bowl of flour, baking powder, and salt. In a separate bowl, use an electric mixer to whip your butter, shortening,
I'm making a unicorn cake.
Go ahead and add just a
How
dash of vanilla
magical.
extract to bring some rich, yummy flavor to our...
All right, we invite you to go to AtlanticBB.com. AtlanticBB.com for information about Atlantic Broadband Services to you. All right, we are at halftime. The score is Williamsport 3, Berwick 14. That is the score. Let's get to the first half highlights. Early in the second quarter, 4:50 to go. It is Ryan Lawbaugh with a screen to Blake Maurer from the 46-yard line. He goes 6-11. Add it up yourself to 30 to the 25. Finally brought down at about the 20-yard line with a great run tackle by Cameron Sims. And then that play actually winds up for nothing, as the ball does have to get turned over at that point to Williamsport. Williamsport turns around with 2:16 to go in the half, in the first quarter. Nice screen and a great grab by number 12, Braden Masante, with a screen pass from Dallas Grease. Williamsport having their moments, but those were short-lived. Berwick from the Williamsport 35-yard line. Quick handoff there to Antonio Barada, and then a reverse to number 7, Tegan Wilk. Fool our cameras, and Tegan Wilk takes off down the near sideline, and he will go 65 yards to score the first touchdown of the game, and it goes to Berwick. The extra point is good. At this point, they're ahead 7-0. And then we had the ensuing run back with 14 seconds left in the first half. Ball's taken back at the 3-yard line by number 25, Keith Freeman. And Freeman will avoid some Berwick tackles, find some breathing and running room. He's going to make it past the 40, the 45. He goes midfield, finally knocked out of bounds somewhere on the 40-yard line by Berwick. But again, it was all for naught, as it didn't amount to much. The quarter ends. Actually, it did. There was some back and forth action. Williamsport finally getting on board here in the second quarter with a field goal. Well-placed ball. 7-3 is the score. Berwick gets the ball. 8 minutes to go in the half. And it's Ryan Lawbaugh handing it off to Aiden Mason. And Mason, back from the 29-yard line, takes off. Over midfield, finally tripped up. Otherwise, he was gone. But a massive run by Aiden Lawbaugh right there. And on the very next play, a near catastrophe. Handoff to Aiden Mason. Being chased down. He's going to get hit and stripped of the ball by Malik Jones. And number 20, Stavon Jefferson, picks it up before it goes out of bounds. Williamsport recovers the fumble, and that is the first of 2 fumble recoveries by number 20, Stavon Jefferson. Their series went nowhere. Berwick, 3 minutes to go. From the 16-yard line of Williamsport, the handoff to Alejandro Lopez, and he does his magic. Working through traffic, squaring his shoulders, bouncing off shoulder pads, and at the last second dives over the end zone for the second touchdown of the game for the Berwick area Bulldogs. The extra point is good, and it is a 14-3 game. Towards the end of the first half, Ryan Lawbaugh back in as quarterback. He was out for a little while after getting injured. Blaine Cleaver was in place, but Lawbaugh comes in for the last series, and he will get stripped of the ball. Gets kicked over, and guess who's there for Williamsport? Stavon Jefferson jumps on it, his second fumble recovery, but the ensuing play just before the end of the half went nowhere, and that's where the score ends with the score. Berwick 14 and Williamsport 3. Had to think about it for a minute. All right, with that in mind, we are going to cut over to the Berwick Area High School Marching Band, which took the field earlier in the day, just prior to the start of the game. So let's take a listen to the Berwick High School Marching Band. Again, the Berwick Area High School Marching Band from just prior to the start of today's game. And moments ago, the Williamsport Area High School Marching Band took the field. So let's take a listen to the Williamsport Area High School Marching Band.
Here is the 50-50 winner.
Again, that is the Williamsport Area High School Marching Band from just a few moments ago. Great looking group of kids, and they do some great music as well. And by the way, Berwick's band, which performed earlier today, new uniforms. Those look really good, really sharp. All right, halftime's just about over. We're going to come back with the second half of Williamsport at Berwick with the score Berwick 14, Williamsport 3. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Get ready for the 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
And that weekly pass for $35, that's a sweet deal. So if you can do it, you're interested, look into it. All right, we are back to action. Second half about to get underway. Williamsport, which elected to receive, is going to kick off to Berwick. And we're underway with the second half of Williamsport at Berwick. Taken to the backfield by Aiden Mason. Brought down at the 25-yard line.
Tackled by number 9, Trayvon Eisenworth. Mason on the return. First and 10 for the Berwick at their 26-yard line.
First and 10 for Berwick. Ball is at the 26-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh back in as quarterback at the end of the first half. And another great run by Alejandro Lopez. Lopez with a score earlier in the game. And this one, he takes out to the 49-yard line. Lopez avoiding a tackle right there.
Ryan Lawbaugh has returned.
Has great eyes looking forward, working his way through traffic, avoiding more tackles, finally brought down at the 49-yard line. First and 10 actually. Lopez again. This time he'll get across midfield. Might get 3 yards. And a flag after the play as Williamsport and Berwick getting into it. Trayvon Eisworth for Williamsport in the mix.
Penalty flag.
And it will go against Williamsport.
After the carry.
Lawbaugh, hand off to Alejandro Lopez. Looking for some room to run. He gets about to the 48-yard line of Williamsport, being brought down. And you got Trayvon Edgeworth, number 9, right there, getting into it with one of the Berwick players. And so the personal foul will move the ball up to the 33-yard line of Williamsport, and Berwick already in good field position here in the third quarter. Law ball to Lopez, and this time Williamsport is ready for him. Number 15, Avery Campbell in on that tackle.
Here is your 50-50 ticket winner tonight. $380 is the winning fee.
Ryan Lawbaugh, quick handoff. And it's actually Nasir Jones who gets to Lopez first. 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 for the Berwick area Bulldogs. Leading 14-3 in this one. Lawbaugh again fakes the handoff, takes it himself. Running for the first down marker, has it, pushed out of bounds. Oh, and right into one of the Williamsport cheerleaders. There's some new fencing around Crispin Field, around the actual field they just put in here. In years past, it's been a couple of poles and some rope to keep the crowds off the field. This year they put in fencing all the way around.
14 yards and another personal foul penalty against the Millionaires.
And a late push by Williamsport. Ryan Lawbaugh making his way to the sideline. And it's going to be number 25, Keith Freeman, with the push. And that young lady could not get out of the way. They're checking on her. She appears to be shaken up, but okay. So the end of the run was a first down anyway. The extra push puts the
First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs at the 10-yard line. 1st and 10, 1st and goal for Berwick. 10 to go in the third quarter. Lawbaugh to Lopez. Lopez looking for room to run. Going to wind up getting a yard or two.
Carry. Gain of 2. 2nd and goal from the 8.
Second and goal. Lopez again, hoping to do some magic. This time slowed down, and from behind, a great tackle.
Lopez on the carry, left side.
By number 23, Lajier Whaley, to stop him from making his way in again. So a great defensive effort by the Millionaires. Alejandro Lopez bounces outside. And then here comes Lajier Whaley to stop the play. But we do have a penalty flag out there. Chop block against Berwick.
Major penalty against the Bulldogs.
And that'll back him up, so it'll still be a 2nd and 8. But they're going to be way back at the 25-yard line. See if we can go back and see where the chop block was.
2nd and goal from the 25.
Must have been off into the backfield. But a good effort by Alejandro Lopez. The chop block backs him up to the 25-yard line, so it's 2nd and goal from the 25. And the Lawbaugh will keep it himself, trying to work the ball forward. Got 4 yards on the carry.
Lawbaugh on the keeper left.
It'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. So they were in great scoring position. And due to the penalty, they have been backed up considerably.
3rd and goal from the 21.
Lawbaugh again. Stood up right there by number 33, Edward Jefferson. 3rd and goal from the 21-yard line. Back to throw. And they say it was a complete pass to Tegan Wilk, but they only get back to the 13-yard line. It'll be a 4th and a goal from the 13 for Berwick. Lawbaugh with time. Threads it to Wilk, who dives, makes the catch. And instead of going for a field goal, they have decided they are going to go for it on 4th and 13. And they hand it off to Antonio Beretta, and he is swallowed up in the backfield by Malik Jones for a big loss. And that will turn the ball over to Williamsport at their own 20-yard line.
At the 20, and the ball is turned over on down to the Millionaires.
Actually, number 15, Avery Campbell, coming in there for the tackle. So Berwick does not get their 3rd score of the game, and the score remains 14-3. Williamsport with the ball. And this is Dallas Grease at quarterback. He will hand it off. And a lot of extracurricular stuff going on at the end of that play. Keith Freeman getting the ball out to the 27-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Millionaires.
7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
Grease with the handoff to Freeman. Lots of Bulldogs in there trying to strip that ball out. Back to live action. Freeman again gets the carry. This time he might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but the Berwick defense stiffens. And there'll be no gain on the play. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Williamsport Millionaires. Keith Freeman with the carry. Works his way through. And gets buried by a bunch of Bulldogs.
No gain, 3rd and 3.
6:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Berwick out in front. Williamsport with the ball. Dallas Grease at quarterback. Back to throw. Under pressure. Looking. Goes across the middle, and it's just out of reach of Braden Masante. And that'll bring up a 4th and 3 for Williamsport deep in their own territory.
Incomplete. We'll bring up 4th down and 3.
Dallas Grease getting some pressure there from Mason Lawbaugh. Has to get rid of it in a hurry. Sean Sheptuck guarding Braden Masante. And they'll have to punt this one away. Dallas Grease. Flag on the play. You saw that come up before the kick. And this will take a Williamsport bounce down to the 27-yard line, but we'll have to wait and see who the penalty's against.
27 by Savon Jefferson. Penalty flag.
And it's a legal procedure against Williamsport.
The legal procedure is the call against Williamsport.
And so they will have to re-kick. If you'd like a copy of this game on DVD, 2 ways to do that. Shoot us an email, dfarley@atlanticbb.com, dfarley@atlanticbb.com, or go to atlanticbb.com and go to the Facebook page of Atlantic Broadband. Facebook, Atlantic Broadband. Look for the information about today's game. There should be an order form included with that information. 6 minutes to go. A re-kick. Dallas Grease back. Kick is away. No flag this time. And it's a line drive. And it was initially waved off, I believe, there by
Fielded by Blake Bauer. Returned for 3 yards.
Blake Bauer.
First and 10 for Berwick at the 50-yard
And then he picked it up anyway. Dallas Grease back to kick. You'll see the wave right there. Let it go. And then Blake Bauer takes off anyway, gets a yard or two back. Ball's placed at the 50-yard line. Berwick now getting to work here in the third quarter. Hand off to Aiden Mason. Mason still on his feet, bulldozing his way over, all the way down to about the 38-yard line. So a great run and a great second effort by Aiden Mason to move the change for Berwick.
Picks up 12 yards and a Berwick first down to the 38.
From midfield, Aiden Mason going across, breaking free of that tackle, then using a block. Finally brought down from behind by number 15, Avery Campbell. Not before a 12-yard run. Aiden Mason again with the carry. Going across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Another 10-yard run for Aiden Mason. That should be enough for another first down. Law ball with a handoff to Aiden Mason. Works his way outside. Is initially caught right there by Keith Freeman before being brought down out of bounds. First and 10 for Berwick. 5:03 to play in the third quarter. And Aiden Mason this time tripped up in the background. This time by number 32, Ian Welshins.
On the carry. Short gain is 2 on the play. We essentially had a set of car keys. Dodge car keys found over at Jingle Hall, turned in at the press box.
Berwick will reset.
Dodge car keys.
Second and 10 coming up.
Around Jingle Hall. And they are in the press box.
And this time Lawbaugh will keep it himself. Works his way forward. He was at the 28-yard line. Might have got up to the 26, so a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and 8. So Berwick having success tonight running the ball against a pretty good Williamsport defense. They're finding those gaps that they need. And a lot of really good second efforts so far in the game by Berwick. They are at the front 14-3. And this time they hand it off to Sean Sheptock, who tries to turn the corner but is taken down.
Sheptock on the sweep.
By number 33, Edward Jefferson. Sheptock in motion. And a handoff. Tries to turn that corner. But it is Jefferson of Williamsport who is able to break free of his guard and bring him down. 4th and 8. So a good start to this series by Berwick from midfield. They get down to the 26-yard line before hitting a wall. And they're this deep in the Williamsport territory. They may just go for it here. We'll have to wait and see what the play is from the sideline. It does look as if they are going to go for it. Ryan Lawbaugh back. 3-4 wide receivers. Tegan Wilk in motion. Fake to him. Goes back over. And the intended target was Blaine Cleaver, but Nasir Jones was right there. He grabbed it, struggled for the ball. Neither way, they fall down when they catch it, and the ball gets turned over to Williamsport. So good defense by Williamsport. They shore things up as Berwick gets closer to the end zone. Lawbaugh spins, tries to get it to Cleaver, and Nasir Jones jumps in front of it, grabs it at the same time. Williamsport now has the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line with 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Grease takes a snap, keeps it himself, and breaks free of one tackle, winds up out of bounds after about a 3-4 yard gain. Dallas Grease fakes the hand off to Freeman, makes his way to the left. Gets away right there from Antonio Barata before going out of bounds. They give him 3 yards. Ball's at the 37-yard line of Williamsport. 2nd and 7. And a handoff. And a yard or two.
Jefferson on the Williamsport carry.
Edward Jefferson.
Left side of the Bulldog defense.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Law ball.
This Berwick defense has been solid all night long. They have stopped Williamsport on almost every drive.
We'll bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 30.
Edward Jefferson swallowed up by the Bulldogs right there. 3rd and 7 for Williamsport as they try to get something started here. In motion, fake. And it's Dallas Grease taking it himself. And he gets tripped up over there trying to get around Preston Robbins of Berwick and number 4, Brock Moyer of Williamsport. Not going to have enough for a first down. Bring up a 4th. Dallas Grease here avoiding Blaine Cleaver. Taken off. He's going to try to leap over. These two may have been tripped up there by Preston Robbins. 4th and 5 for Williamsport. They're going to have to punt this one away. Good kick. A little bobble by Blake Maurer, who picks it back up.
Maurer fielding the punt. Tackled immediately around the 25-yard line by the Millionaires.
Gets back to the 24-yard line. That's where they will spot the ball. Dallas Grease with a good kick. Blake Maurer thought he had a handle on it. Fell out of his hands. He picks it up real quick. Runs into a wall of Millionaires who take him down at the 24-yard line. There's a look at some of the crowd that's here tonight at this Berwick home game, first home game of the season. 3 games in, and this is the first time we've been able to get to Crispin Field this year. Berwick with the ball out their own 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Ryan Lawbaugh with a handoff to Aiden Mason, who gets knocked out of bounds.
Aiden Mason on the Berwick carry.
Turned back around, tried to keep going. Got about a yard on the carry before he was taken out. Aiden Mason getting a number of big runs tonight.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 24.
And out of bounds back at the 24-yard line. They're actually going to mock the ball back at the 23-yard line, so he lost a yard on that play. It'll bring a 2nd and 11. Lawbaugh takes the snap, screen, out to Antonio Barata. He gets out to the 30-yard line. That's a 7-yard play.
Completed to Antonio Barata. Picks up 7 on the play and will bring up a 3rd and 4.
Quick throw to Barata. Being met right there by Malik Jones. And a quick run by Berwick, trying to pick up that first down.
Aiden Mason on the carry, picks up 3, will be short of the first down. Will bring up a 4th down and 2 to end the 3rd quarter.
Clock will run, and the 3rd quarter will come to an end, so we'll head into the 4th and final quarter of this game with Berwick leading Williamsport by a score of 14-3. Stick around for the exciting conclusion. Williamsport at Berwick High School football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Get ready for the 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
All right, welcome back. A relatively quiet third quarter for both of these teams. But here we are, about ready to get ready for the fourth quarter. Berwick needing a yard for the first down, and they muscle their way over out to the 37-yard line, 38-yard line maybe. First down for Berwick.
Picks up the first down on 4th and 1. First and 10 from the Bulldogs. 33, 37.
First and 10 for Berwick. Aiden Mason breaking tackles on his way. Finally brought down at the 38-yard line of Williamsport by Dallas Grease.
And runs down inside the Williamsport 40 for our Berwick first down.
Ryan Lawbaugh, tight positioning on the front line. Aiden Mason breaking a tackle or two, makes his way to the outside. There's number 1, Dallas Grease, going to give chase. Trying to knock him down, finally pulls him down, but not before he goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. First and 10 for Berwick. Big run for Aiden Mason again. Mason gets the carry again. This time he's met at the 35-yard line by number 23, Lizier Whaley. Does a nice job putting a stop.
Mason on the carry. Williamsport tackle.
Berwick content to keep the ball on the ground, seems to be working, and to also eat the clock, run as much of this game out as they possibly can. 10:30 to go in the game. Berwick in front 14-3. Second and 8. Lawbaugh. This time to Alejandro Lopez, working his way around. Gets out to about the 25-yard line before he is brought down. So a couple of good backs, Alejandro Lopez and Aiden Mason for Berwick, working their magic.
Alejandro Lopez, number 21, and Berwick, first down.
First down, as you heard. Needing a 2nd and 8. Saw Malik Jones try to strip that ball at that point. Lopez hangs on to it. Ball is placed at the 26-yard line of Williamsport. It's first and 10 for Berwick with 10 minutes to go in the game. Again, a tight formation. Ryan Lawbaugh at quarterback, takes the snap, fakes it this time, has to get rid of it in a hurry, but it's a catch. Eric Montez making the hurry-up catch from Ryan Lawbaugh.
Knocked out of bounds at the Williamsport 15-yard line.
And a first down for Berwick. Here you're getting some pressure from Nasir Jones, and Lawball has to get rid of it. Does so. Eric Montes makes the grab. Makes his way to the 16-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds by Keith Freeman. Lopez gets the call. Gets a couple more yards. So Berwick here late in the game on the move again.
Lopez on the Berwick carry. Picks up 3. Second down and 7.
Second and 7 for Berwick. They're at the Williamsport 12-yard line. Clock continuing to run. Lawball takes the snap. Lopez gets the carry. Tries to outrun a whole bunch of Millionaires. Might have wound up getting a yard on that carry. And it'll bring a 3rd and 6. The handoff to Alejandro Lopez. Turns that corner, and he's got one chasing and 2 in front, maybe 3 in front. Finally tripped up before gaining a yard. 3rd and 6 with 8:35 left in the game. Lawball under center. Keeps it himself, and he's going to get tripped up. Stays on his feet. Tries to get for that first down. And it's going to be close. They're going to say 11-yard line, maybe the 10-yard line. Or the 5-yard line, pardon me. So great second effort by Ryan Lawball. Looked like he was going to be tripped up in the backfield. But it is a first down, first and goal for Berwick. Ryan Lawball using his feet on this one. Fakes the handoff to Alejandro Lopez. Number 15, Avery Campbell's right there. Can't bring him down. Lawball stays on his feet. Has to dive for the first down, being wrapped up by Dallas Grease at the very end. But he gets to the 5-yard line. It's first and goal for the Berwick Bulldogs with 8:18 to play in the game. About a yard on the carry.
Lopez has stood up at the line of scrimmage.
So Berwick now facing a second and goal. They're not going to give Lopez anything on that run. 7:40 to play in the game. A touchdown here will pretty much put this one out of reach. But never say never. Lawball to Lopez. Lopez gets caught again. And Williamsport has finally caught on to the strategy, and Lopez tried to go right up the middle. Can't get anything done. It'll be a 3rd and 6, and a timeout by Berwick is called. So we'll take a timeout as well. Williamsport and Berwick football. That's what you're watching. It's 14-3, Berwick on top.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at the Berwick Marching Band in the bottom of the screen and the cheerleaders in the upper part of the screen. Keeping these fans entertained while we are in timeout. And we're back to action. Berwick, 3rd and goal from the Williamsport 6-yard line. Showing a couple of wideouts. Lawball takes the snap from shotgun. And he's going to look to throw. Goes across the middle. And it's through the hands of Blaine Cleaver, who thought he had it. It goes through his fingertips. That'll bring up a 4th down for Berwick. And we'll see whether they go for it here or go for the field goal. Lawbaugh with a bullet pass to Cleaver. And you saw right there, he got his hands up just a little late for the catch. Nonetheless, it's incomplete. Bring up a 4th and 6. And the field goal unit comes out. This is number 18, Brendan Hinkle, who will try for an additional 3. Kick is up, and it is good. And Berwick takes a 17-3 lead over the Williamsport Millionaires with 7:15 to play in the game. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Get ready for the 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
So the Berwick Bulldogs extend their lead to 17-3 on a field goal by Brendan Hinkle. And we're about to have the ensuing kickoff. 7:15 to go in the game, and then they squirt it across the ground and make Williamsport fall on it. And number 32, Ian Welshens, does so. And that is where Williamsport will take over with 7:14 to go in the game from their own 35-yard line. And they are in need of 2 touchdowns now to tie this thing up, force an overtime play. So far, the defense for Berwick has been pretty strong. They haven't allowed Williamsport to do a whole lot in this game. We'll see if they can come up with a couple of plays here. Dallas Grease at quarterback. Back to throw. Quick throw across the middle. And they're going to say it's caught by Nasir Jones. Gets 6 yards on the completion.
Pass is completed to Nasir Jones. A pickup of 6. 2nd down and 4.
Williamsport goes no huddle. Good catch. Ball's at the 41-yard line. 2nd and 4. Williamsport in hurry-up mode. This time they will hand the ball. Good fake. It looked like he handed it off to Keith Freeman, but Dallas Grease keeps it himself, goes across midfield down to the 45-yard line, and it will be a 1st down for Williamsport. They hurry up to the line. And a flag. And it goes against Williamsport. Illegal procedure.
Offensive illegal procedure against Williamsport. 5-yard penalty.
And that'll back him up
Pushes the ball back to the
to the Williamsport 48-yard line. 1st and 15 now. So Williamsport needs to watch the penalties and keep the ball moving. 1st and 15, Grease to throw, looking, airs it out. And it's not going to get there. Nearly caught by Preston Robbins, who was guarding Brock Moyer. Grease with a good throw. That was just about on target. Either player could have caught that. Back to the previous run.
Second and 15.
Grease takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and did a good job faking the handoff. Back to live action now. Williamsport on the move. Back to throw again. Across the middle and a good catch. Finally brought down. And flags coming in at the end.
Pass is complete.
Caught there by number 42.
To Mizaki. Tackled by number 10, Ryan Laba. Penalty flag on the play.
Personal foul, face mask against Berwick, so that'll help Williamsport. Good pass. Caught.
And
then right there at the end, you saw the face mask.
23, first and 10 for the Millionaires.
Couple more yards, maybe one.
Keith Freeman on the first down carry.
Masante was the catch last time.
Pickup of 2, second and 8.
And a catch by Braden Masante, a touchdown late in the game for Berwick. A beautiful play, a 22-yard pass from Dallas Grease to Braden Masante in the end zone. He comes down with the ball and he is pumped. The helmet comes off. And they'll set up for the extra point quickly as they want to get the ball back as quick as they can. And that just put them back into the game. They're all going to be, if they make the extra point, a touchdown away. Extra player in, sets. Kick is up, and it is good. And we've got a ball game late in the game. Great pass, Dallas Grease, airing it out. Braden Masante goes up for it at the end, comes down 2 steps in, and it's a touchdown. Williamsport. And it is now 17-10, Berwick on top.
The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
All right, 5:29 to play in this game, and Williamsport comes alive late in the game with a late touchdown, and they are within 1 touchdown of catching up to the Bulldogs. Both of these teams coming in 2-0. So far in the game, it was pretty much all Berwick offense and defense. But here comes Williamsport all of a sudden. Kickoff. A little bobble, picked up. Devon Smith out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. They'll go back and show you the touchdown play. Williamsport, Dallas Grease. A 22-yard pass play. Little push off there. Braden Masante comes down with the ball, working against Devon Smith of Berwick, and it is 6. Extra point makes it 7. It's 17-10 now. Berwick out in front. And the fans are still enjoying the game. Down at the concessionaires area. There's a look at that new fencing they put in this year. Berwick with the ball. 5:24 to play. They're going to want to eat the clock here as much as they can. Aiden Mason.
Aiden Mason on the first down carry.
With a 4-yard run. This has worked pretty much all game long for Berwick. A snap and a handoff to one of the running backs, and they've been able to gain some pretty good ground. Aiden Mason getting 4 on that one. The idea being the Bulldogs want to use the clock, and you can see Ryan Lawball looking at the play clock behind him. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, and gets stood up and put back down by a number 20, Stavon Jefferson, who is pumped. Jefferson's got a couple of fumble recoveries in this game, and there he makes a nice stop. And they do call a timeout, trying to hope to get the ball back. Lifts him up, puts him back down. So they got a timeout in the field, 4:32 to play in the game. Berwick facing a 3rd and 5, and all they want to do at this point is run off the clock. We'll see what happens next. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
All right, welcome back. Timeout by Williamsport to stop the clock. 4:32 to play in the game. 3rd and 5 for Berwick. Ryan Lawball back in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Nothing there. Finally gets rid of it, and it is caught by Blaine Cleaver. And that will be enough for a Berwick first down, so they will move the chains and keep the clock running, which is exactly what they were hoping to do.
Gain of 8 to the 33.
Now at the 33-yard line, needed 5. They got 8. Ryan Lawball finally finding Blaine Cleaver. And he is brought down at the 33-yard line. 4 minutes to play in the game. Berwick out in front by a touchdown, and they are using up that clock, keeping an eye on the play clock as well. Sometimes a game just calls for good clock management, and that's what Berwick is doing right now. They get a nice tight formation, hand it off to Aiden Mason. Mason breaks through, gets out to the 43-yard line. That should be another Berwick first down.
On the Berwick side. Picks up another Berwick first down.
Aiden Mason with the handoff, looking for a gap, finds it right there. So the offensive line did their job. Finally slowed down and brought down, but not before he gets to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for Berwick. Again, a tight formation. Ryan Lawball taking his time getting up to center. And he'll keep it himself this time. Looking to run. Straight arms, brought down maybe for a yard loss.
Lawball on the right.
Cameron Sims on the tackle.
Tackled for a loss of 2. By number 10, Cameron Sims for the Millionaires.
Lawball rolling out to his right. Cameron Sims right there on him. Not going to let him get away. Drops him for a yard loss. They say it's 2 yards, so it is a 2nd and 12 now for Berwick. 2:40 in the game. 2:40 in the game. Berwick trying to use up the clock, run out the game on Williamsport. Lawball with a pitch to Aiden Mason. Works it outside. Gets out to the 46-yard line.
Aiden Mason on the carry. Left side.
And a timeout right away by Williamsport to stop the clock. Sure, the Bulldogs have been instructed if you got the ball, you stay in bounds. Aiden Mason right here with the carry. Across the 45, dropped at the 46-yard line. And it is now a 3rd and 7 for the Berwick Bulldogs. Again, another timeout on the field by Williamsport to stop the clock. We'll take a short break. Back with more after this.
Get ready for the 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure eight racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
Short timeout by Williamsport. It's 3rd and 7. If Williamsport can put a stop to Berwick's drive right here, they might get the ball back and have enough time to maybe drive down and tie this thing up. Ryan Lawbaugh under center. Keeps it himself. Looking to throw. Rolling out. Lets it fly. It is caught. Eric Montez, and he gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. A flag after the play. And it will be a first down, Berwick. Clock will stop at 2:20, but they do manage to get the first down, which is what they needed. And now Berwick has the opportunity to run out the clock. Lawbaugh rolling out to his right. Eric Montez wide open over the middle. Makes the catch, turns upfield, and goes out of bounds just at about the 35-yard line. The penalty goes against Berwick, though.
The penalty flag is spotted at the Williamsport 35.
So the play will get negated.
The play counts, and it will be a Berwick first down at midfield.
Actually, they said the play does count. Penalty against Berwick after the play was already blown dead. So a personal foul. Instead of the ball being at the 35-yard line, Berwick is back at the 50-yard line, but it is a 1st and 10 for Berwick with 2:20 left in the game. And now Berwick has enough on the clock to try and run this one out. Lawbaugh with the snap. Mason gets the carry. Going to get 4 yards on that one.
Aiden Mason on the Berwick carry.
So the game, if you're just joining us, has been pretty much all Berwick, defensively and offensively, until just in the last 3 or 4 minutes, Williamsport has come alive. They were able to put a drive together and get a score to get within a touchdown of Berwick. But I believe Williamsport is out of timeouts at this point. 1:40 to play in the game. 2nd and 6 for Berwick. A first down. We'll say this game is pretty much over. And Lawbaugh will take it himself. Still going. He winds up all the way down to the 35-yard line. And that is a first down, Berwick, and that will pretty much seal the deal. Berwick now on their way to their 3rd win of the season and handing Williamsport their very first loss of the season. Two pretty good teams going at it here tonight. Ryan Lawbaugh on the quarterback keeper, using his blockers, getting pushed on through, kind of squirts through at the end, didn't even see him get through. We look up and suddenly he's down to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Berwick. Williamsport cannot stop the clock. Lawbaugh will most likely just take a knee right here. And he does. And under a minute to play in the game. We'll remind you again that DVDs of this game are available. Order one by giving us an email, dfarley@atlanticbb.com. We'll email you back the order form. Or go to Facebook, look up Atlantic Broadband, and you will find information about today's game and an order form attached to that as well. Print it out, fill it out, mail it with your payment, and we'll get that to you usually within just a couple of days. DVDs available of all of our games from Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. 30 seconds left in the game, 25 seconds. One more knee will pretty much do it. Actually, will do it. Waiting for the shot clock to go down, or the play clock, and there is the final knee of the game. And Berwick has won their 3rd game of the season under new head coach Carmen DiFrancesco and staff. Congratulations to them. There's a look at Coach Carmen right there, going out, looking for head coach Chuck Cruz and staff over at Williamsport. Berwick wins this one by a final score of 17-10. We're going to take a short break. We will come back with the second half highlights and a few final thoughts. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
When you buy or sell with Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, you get the full support of our team, providing personal, powerful, professional service. A market leader for more than 30 years, helping generations of buyers and sellers make their home dreams come true. Our award-winning team will help you every step of the way. Movers aren't included, but clients get free use of our moving truck. We're the only realtors offering this service in our market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty.
Get ready for the 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand, rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Williamsport Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
All right, this one's in the books, and a big shout out, first of all, to our sponsors. That includes the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation. Look them up at csgiving.org. The First Columbia Bank and Trust. Some great people, great locations in the area. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty. You need some real estate needs, they can take care of that for you. And of course, the great Williamsburg Fair, 164th annual edition, coming up September 20th through September 28th. Tickets available for that. All right, this one's in the books. Berwick wins it by a score of 17-3, or 17-10, excuse me. And here are some second half highlights for you. Berwick in the second quarter, leading 14-3 at this point. Ryan Lawbaugh back in the game after being injured halfway through the second quarter. Hands it off to Aiden Mason, who bulldozes his way over a whole bunch of people for 10, 11, 12 yards before being brought down. Mason again will get the handoff from the 38-yard line. Takes off upfield. And another big run for Aiden Mason. He had a number of those big runs throughout the game. We've got Ryan Lawbaugh, third quarter. Handoff to Aiden Mason. This is fourth quarter action. Mason taken off from the 33-yard line, and he rips off a 20-plus yard run down to the 38-yard line. Berwick coming up with a nice pass play right here. They're at the Williamsport 26-yard line. Lawbaugh fakes the handoff, getting pressure, gets rid of the ball, but here comes Eric Montez. He pulls it in just when they needed to, makes the catch. Another good run for Berwick on the 11-yard line of Williamsport. This one is Ryan Lawbaugh, nearly gets taken down there by Nasir Jones. The Lawbaugh needing a first down, makes a run for it and dives for the first down marker. Gets caught by Dallas Grease, but it is a first down. And that is where the series will come to an end. Berwick has to settle for a field goal. Brendan Hinkle here lining up. Tegan Wilk to hold. Field goal is up, and it is good. Berwick goes out in front 17-3. Felt like that was pretty much it, but fourth, we got Williamsport coming alive. Fourth quarter, Dallas Grease at quarterback, ball at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. 7:14 to play in the game, and it's desperation time for the Millionaires. A great throw and a great grab right there by number 11, Nasir Jones. They follow that up with a nice run. Dallas Grease fakes the handoff. It fools everybody. He takes off around the right side. Gets 9 yards. More than he needed for the first down. Williamsport again gets backed up on a penalty, 2nd and 15. This one crossed the middle on a great catch by number 12, Braden Masante. Gets out near the first down marker, a little bit short. Penalty moves the ball forward, and Berwick finally gets a touchdown in this game against Berwick on a great 22-yard play. Dallas Grease with a pass to Braden Masante. Masante in the end zone, little push off when it comes down with the ball. 1-2 step inside in. It's a touchdown. Williamsport. Extra point is good, and it's a 17-10 game. Berwick got the ball back at that point and just ran out the clock, and that's the way the game would come to an end, with Berwick getting their 3rd win of the season. In the game, Williamsport only had 5 first downs. That tells you how good the defense was for Berwick tonight. Berwick got 21 first downs. Offense was awesome. Rushing yards, 20 yards on 23 carries. 54 carries for Berwick and 327 yards on the ground. They got 60 yards passing, Williamsport did, 90 for Berwick. Total yards, 80 for Williamsport and 417 for Berwick. That tells you the difference in this game. Defense was pretty strong. Rushing-wise for Williamsport, Drake Bantke went 4 for 10. Cam Sims went 1 for 7. Keith Freeman, 9 for 4. Aiden Mason for Berwick ran the ball 16 times for 121 yards. Ryan Lawbaugh ran 14 times for 77 yards. Tegan Wilk ran twice for 67 yards and a touchdown. Alejandro Lopez ran 13 times for 67 yards and a touchdown as well. Passing-wise, Dallas Grease connected on 7 out of 14 for 60 yards. Ryan Lawbaugh connected on 8 for 12 out of 12 throws for 81 yards. And it was Braden Mazzante for Williamsport catching 3 for 40 yards and the only touchdown of the game. Nasir Jones caught 3 for 22. Eric Montes for Berwick went 2 for 30. Antonio Beretta 2 for 14. Tegan Wilk 2 for 7. And Blake Maurer caught 1 for a big 35-yard gain. Berwick goes to 3-0 on the season. Williamsport drops to 2-1. We'll be back here at Crispin Field again next week for the big battle against Wyoming Valley West. We'll see how that turns out. Till then, we'll see you for some soccer and field hockey in between. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again for more high school sports in the coming days and weeks right here on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10. This Atlantic Broadband Channel 10 sports presentation has been brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust, helping communities prosper and our youth succeed for over 100 years. With you every step of the way, First Columbia Bank and Trust with 14 branches to serve you. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization whose mission is quality of life in the Central Susquehanna Valley and achieving donors' intentions. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty Incorporated, serving Columbia, Montour, and Lower Luzerne counties and featuring award-winning agents ready to help you buy or sell your property. The 164th Annual Bloomsburg Fair. Gates open at 2 p.m. Preview Day, Friday, September 20th, and all tickets for the Wise Markets Grandstand shows are now available at bloomsburgfair.com. And by Atlantic Broadband, your television, internet, and phone provider for the greater Berwick, western Poconos, and portions of Schuylkill County. Stay connected with Atlantic Broadband.